Hi there, I'm Sean O'Toole with Exercise Your Options, and this is part two of our discussion on long call options, which is part of the greater series that we're doing on option strategies. We covered the basics of long call positions in the first video. Here in this video, we're going to drill down and look at three scenarios, three different long options trades, and see how time affects them and price movement affects each of those three. We're going to do an at the money, an in the money, and an out of the money position. We'll start with the out of the monies. Most call buyers typically are out of the money call option buyers, and I hope that by the end of this video, you will change your opinion of how call option strategies work and possibly become an in the money buyer. So, without further ado, we're starting out here. We're looking at a 550 call, and our time frame is, blue line is 90 days till expiration. The orange line is 45 days, and the yellow line is 5 days. And as you'll see quite clearly here in the terms of the value goes up on this scale. Strike underlying prices are going left to right here. So $4.50 up to $7, and in terms of value, a value of 0 up to $2 here. So let's take a brief look at an out of the money by 25-cent option. As I said, strike price is $5.50. So we're going to look at a we're gonna look at the 550 calls. We're gonna look at putting them on when the market is at 525. So 25 cents out of the money. With 90 days to go, that option is going to cost $18.40. Now, if it were to move in the same day up to 550, lo and behold, it moves 12 cents. Very nice move. Very substantial. Not likely. Typically, it's going to take about 45 days for that market to move. And in this case, we buy at $18.40 and we look 45 days out and we've only risen to $21.12. So we've seen less than 3 cents for our 18-cent option. We've seen less than 3 cents worth of move over the course of 45 days. We've had an underlying move of 25 cents. Our option has only gained 3 cents. Not very attractive. Worse yet, if it carries it out to expiration, 5 days before expiration, that 550 call is only worth about 7 cents. We paid $18.40 for it. It's down to about 7 cents. So it doesn't look that attractive. Let's quickly look and see what would happen if we bought an at the money option. So again, the 550 strike, 90 days in terms of option life, we pay 30 cents for it. We go up 25 cents. Lo and behold, it's worth 45 cents. Again, not so likely it's going to happen the same day, but let's take a look at what would happen if we were to buy that 30-cent option and 45 days later, it's worth 36. So it's better. It's made 6 cents, about a 20% return on the option. That's not terrible. As a matter of fact, 20% is great. If on every trade you do, you can get 20%, you can make a pretty good living at that, but it's again unlikely. Let's look at what happens if it takes all the way out to nearing expiration. As we sit here, we put this trade on at 30 cents. It rallies 25 cents in the underlying market. And here our option has fallen 5 cents down to 25.70 over those 85 days. Clearly, the market's going our direction, but the fact that we're buying this at the money option still isn't helping us much. So let's start out 25 cents in the money. So we're going to buy a 550 call with the underlying at 575. We're paying a lot for the option. We're paying 45.02, and if it were to move up 25 cents to $6 on that first day, we'd have a pretty nice run. We'd run up to 63 from 45, so we'd have 18 cents in the option. That's a great looking trade. It's not likely to happen, but even if we were to see that 25-cent appreciation over the course of 45 days, we'd go from 45 to 55. Not great, but it's better than it was. What really is impressive is where we stand with regard to nearing expiration. At at 85 days in, or 5 days away from exercise, we're still at 50 cents. So we put it on at 45, and we're still seeing a return of a nickel on a 45-cent option. You're not going to make a lot of money that way, but you're also not really losing much as long as you're moving in the right direction. Where it gets really, really interesting is when we step up and look at an option that's 50 cents in the money when we buy it. We pay $62.95, and let's just go straight to 5 days before expiration. We go from $62.95, and here we sit at 75 cents. So we're up 13 cents on this thing. We're getting a pretty nice return. And notice how these lines converge. That means that as you're appreciating here, at any given point, you look out here at $7. With 5 days to go, it's worth 1.25. With 90 days to go, it's worth 1.28. So you're talking about only 3 cents of total decay over 85 days when you're that deep in the money. So why would you trade deep in the money options? Well, you're still getting your limited risk. It's like carrying a stop, but at the same point in time, you're not subject to this dramatic change in valuation here at the money. As I pointed out before, 30 cents down to, well, effectively down to zero on expiration day. There's 30 cents of time value in this option, where here out at the, say, the 650 strike, it's $1 over expiration. There's 5 cents of time value in this option. There's $1 of intrinsic value, or in the moneyness, and 5 cents of time value there, versus no time value as you approach expiration day here. But would you rather pay, out here you've got 5 cents, out here you've got, in here you've got 30 cents. Big difference. So if you, what I'm trying to point out here is, if you are buying purely for price appreciation in a market that you feel strongly, you've got a technical indicator or a fundamental indicator that's told you this market should be going higher, buy deep in the money options. You've got a far better chance of reaping a reward with that trade than you do with buying something that is out of the money. And the further out of the money, the more of a lottery ticket it is. So next time we're going to be talking about the put side of the equation. We'll be talking about long puts. Until next time, thanks very much.